All right, let's get into this. I was just about to head to bed, and I got word that a new trailer for a new Disney movie has dropped. The Disney movie I'm speaking of is The Little Mermaid. The new Little Mermaid has been race swapped, I believe is the term that was used on the show that Whoopi Goldberg's on. I think it's called The Talk or The View or some shit like that. Whoopi Goldberg, she seems to not really have any idea of why it's bad for Ariel, the Little Mermaid, to go from a white mermaid to a now African American version of it. Now I'm going to throw out some facts because I love throwing facts when people claim that, the Little Mermaid can be black. Cool. Okay, well, here's a question. Who is the Little Mermaid's father? Who is the Little Mermaid's mother? Was the Little Mermaid born from Immaculate Conception? Let's get into it. So Ariel's father was King Triton. King Triton is from Greek mythology, and the Greeks described King Triton as a Caucasian god, as a white god. They didn't use the word Caucasian because at the time, Caucasian wasn't a thing. But Triton was not described in anything that I could see as a dark-skinned individual, especially since that he originated as a Greek mythological god. He is the Greek god of the sea. He's the son of Poseidon and, well, I can't even pronounce the next one, Aphrodite. They were god and goddess of the sea, respectively. Okay, so Ariel's father is white. Cool. Well, maybe she got it from her mother's side. Well, let's take a look. Ariel's mother, described by Disney, is the goddess Athena. So let's get into Athena. Athena is, once again, a Greek goddess. Because she is a Greek goddess, the mythology behind Athena is that Athena is, one could assume, the same race as Triton, because they are both of Greek origin. There is nothing that I could see or I could find to state that King Triton and Athena had a darker complexion. So if Disney is remaking The Little Mermaid and The Little Mermaid still has the same parents, King Triton and Athena, why all of a sudden would The Little Mermaid be black? The Little Mermaid is by no means an orphan. The Little Mermaid actually lived with her father under the sea. She was raised with father and mother. So the only way that they could foreseeably race swap The Little Mermaid would be to race swap at least the father or mother of this. I haven't seen or looked any further into what they're doing with The Little Mermaid, other than the fact that they've decided that she is no longer of a light skin complexion. But I'm kind of guessing that they're not going to keep her parents historically accurate. And when I say historically accurate, I mean historically accurate, because the Greeks believed in their mythology, just as some people believe in Jesus and Buddha. Some people even believe in a fucking spaghetti monster as a god. So it would beg the question, why would Disney think it's okay to change the race of someone that they adapted from Greek mythology into a Disney story? They're using actual Greek gods and goddesses' names in their adaptation of their story of The Little Mermaid. Also, I got maybe 30 seconds into the trailer. Is what's her the prince that she falls in love with? I believe his name is Eric. Is he going to be race swapped as well? He's a prince. In the original adaptation, both his parents were white. So are they going to have like an ebony and ivory situation here, where the Little Mermaid becomes race swapped as a non-light skinned character, and the prince stays a light skinned character? Are they going to do that? Or are they also going to not only change Ariel to a non-light skinned character, are they going to change her parents to non-light skinned characters? And if they're doing that, are they moving it towards like a Romeo and Juliet type deal, where she falls in love with someone better than her? And when I say that, I mean because he would be a prince above the sea. So above the sea, by definition, above is above under the sea, right? So by the definition set out on the Disney storyline, Ariel lives under the sea. Ariel lives under sea level. So she would be under the sea level. So she would be below the prince. So are they saying now that since they've race swapped Ariel, she is now under a white Caucasian prince? Is that what they're saying? Or are they going to change the race of the prince as well? And if they change the race of the prince, are they changing the race of the prince's parents? It's quite a slippery slope when you start changing races of individuals that have, I'll say, millennia of documentation stating that they are of a certain origin, that they are of a certain skin color. Why did we decide all of a sudden, we being Disney, why did they decide that now is the best time to change Ariel's race? I'm kind of curious what you guys think of this. Surely to God, I'm not the only one who thinks that this is fucking ridiculous, because if Disney is doing this, Disney's plan in the future could also be to do this with all of the other princes and princesses that are in the Disney, we'll say, monopoly on kids movies. Are they going to change Snow White? Is Snow White going to be changed now? If Snow White's going to be changed, what about fuck, I don't know her name, but the Irish girl, I believe she's Irish or Scottish, from the movie Brave. Are they going to change her as well? Is she going to be Black Irish? Where does this stop when we start changing the race of characters that have not only been created long ago, but have been thoroughly established with historical documents to be contradictory to what you're trying to push? This is not a slope that Disney, I think, realizes that they've unleashed. But the problem now is, since they've released the trailer of Ariel being black, if they go back and correct Ariel to be white again, there's going to be an uproar. If they release Ariel as a black mermaid, there's going to be an uproar. The best thing Disney can do right now is to just indefinitely suspend production of this new woke Little Mermaid. That honestly, the absolute best thing they could do, Disney as a corporation, would be to make the Little Mermaid a Little Merman, and to make the Prince Eric, a Princess Erica. That would be the absolute best thing they could do, unless they're planning on saying that Ariel is a trans man in this new Disney adaptation that they're doing, where they're changing everything about the Little Mermaid. Buckle your seats, because the woke, they're not going broke if they got Disney. But leave your comments. I'm curious to see exactly what your views are on this. Are characters named after gods and goddesses, are they open for interpretation? Is there a copyright owned by a god and goddess? Surely to God, someone somewhere has laid claim to King Triton, Queen Athena, and their likeness, and their story, because it's they were around before Disney was around. So surely to God, someone somewhere owns the copyright to dictating what these characters look like, because they are mythological. But there is documents stating that the people of Greece did believe them to be real people. Just like there's a copyright on the Bible, there's got to be a copyright on Greek mythology. Let me know your feelings. This has been one hot take.